I know y'all have seen it. I know you've heard about it. I'm sure everyone's mouth dropped because mine most certainly did when this happened. Unfortunately, of course, the first thing that I think about is terrorism, but it seems that there's ruling that out, which is a good thing. So, this bridge destruction, collision, not that the bridge was moving. Thank God it's a cargo ship because, child, at first I'm like, Lord, 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 don't let it be a cruise ship. Anyway, these pictures are crazy. Just waking up in the morning just to roll over, it's still dark outside, and flip my phone on and see that this is going on was mind blowing. But there's also video where you see the cars going across. Now, the only positive thing that I can think of is because this happened at like 1:30 in the morning on a Monday night, there probably wasn't like a ton of people out on the bridge, even though there's a video out here that shows people driving across the bridge. I don't know if they're going to work. It could quite possibly be coming back from wherever they were coming back from. And then they're on the bridge. And then all of a sudden they're in the water. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Now, the current activity, I would think I would see a lot of Coast Guard out there. I haven't seen that video yet as of when I'm making this early this morning. But the most up to date information that I have, the source that I'm going to get information from is the New York Times. Yeah, I know they're in New York, but it looks like they are on it. So it says major bridge in Baltimore collapses after being struck by a cargo ship. The authorities said that two people had been pulled from the water after Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed early Tuesday and that a search was underway for upwards of 7 people. So there's people that were working on the bridge from my understanding as well. Doogie came out and the other guy came out and they had their conference. So a major bridge in Baltimore collapsed early Tuesday, sending vehicles plunging into the water and setting off an emergency response, the Coast Guard and the local authorities said, which of course I would hope that that would happen, right? Officials were searching for road repair crews who had been working on the bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which is part of Interstate 695, when the cargo ship struck. Baltimore's Fire Chief James Wallace told reporters at a news conference that officials were searching for upwards of 7 people. And that's probably the 7 people that they knew were working on the crew as the crew, probably not even the people that may have been driving across. And that 2 others had been pulled from the water. One of them was in serious condition. He said the fire department had used sonar to detect vehicles that fell into the water. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is worse than a movie. Richard Worley, yes, Richard Worley, the Baltimore Police Commissioner, said there was absolutely no indication that the vessel had intentionally struck the bridge, meaning that's where they get that this is not terrorism at this point, allegedly. Governor Wes Moore of Maryland said in a statement that he had declared a state of emergency and that his office was in close communication with Pete Buttigieg, the U.S. Transportation Secretary. The White House also issued a statement saying that President Biden had been briefed on the collapse. The ship is a 948-foot long cargo vessel named Dolly. The owners of the vessel, a Singapore flagged ship, said it hit a pillar of the bridge around 1:30 a.m. All crew members, including 2 pilots on board, have been accounted for, and there were no injuries on the ship, the owner said. Maryland officials said the crew was still on board. Mm, mm, mm. The Dolly left Baltimore at 1 a.m. and was bound for Colombo, Sri Lanka, according to Marine Traffic, a maritime data platform. The bridge was named after Francis Scott Key, the Maryland-born author of the American national anthem, The Star-Spangled Banner. The scene from the media staging area shows the northern edge of the road where the bridge used to be. The road simply ends as it arcs upward with only a small bit of the tangled metal bridge evident from where it collapsed into the water. The Federal Aviation Administration has issued a no-fly order in the area around the Key Bridge to allow rescue workers to continue to search for survivors from the air. Several helicopters have been flying over the bridge and its surroundings for several hours. The FAA also warned people not to fly drones in the area. So if this happened around 1:30 and you happen to be on the bridge and your car fell into the water, oh Lord have mercy. It had to be cold. It had to be cold. This is crazy. About 40 ships, including 34 cargo vessels, currently have Baltimore listed as their destination, according to Marine Time Traffic, which tracks ships around the world. Somebody named Giorgio something, who analyzes global shipping for marine traffic, said he expects some shipping delays. We do expect there to be a ripple effect, but it's a bit too early to say what the impact will be. Maryland officials said that the rescue workers were searching for road repair crews who had been working on the Key Bridge when it collapsed early Tuesday and were plunged into the bay's cold water. Oh my God. Paul J. Whitfield, Maryland's transportation secretary, called the episode a catastrophic collapse, saying that we know there were individuals on the bridge at that time. It was struck by a container ship around 1:30 a.m. The White House just issued the following statement. The president has been briefed on the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore and the ongoing search and rescue efforts. He will continue to receive updates from his team throughout the day. Mm, mm, mm. Woo! Down there in Baltimore, it definitely is a big port. Here it says the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge has brought the port of Baltimore, an important trade hub, to a halt. Shout out to those that watched The Wire in that particular season. The port handled a record amount of cargo last year, making it the 20th biggest port in the nation, ranked by total tons, according to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics. It ranks first in the United States for the volume of automobiles and light trucks it handles and for vessels that carry wheeled cargo, including farm and construction machinery, according to a statement by Governor Wes Moore of Maryland last month. Chief James Wallace of the Baltimore Fire Department said crew members were still aboard the Dolly. Okay, so they're still there. All right. I'm seeing if there's anything additional, but it looks like this is the same stuff over and over again. Actually, a Coast Guard spokeswoman said rescuers were searching for survivors in the water, which is approximately 50 feet deep where the bridge was struck, according to Paul Whitfield, Maryland's transportation secretary. They're looking for people. It is a search and rescue right now, which is great. But now that it's light and you can see like this view right here that's on the screen, it's like there's no like Coast Guard in the water from what I can see. Like I would expect at this point to see boats in the water, but I don't know. I would just think that the Coast Guard would be out there, in boats to rescue people. Maybe they are there and I just can't see it and this is not the right view. But y'all, this is something out of a damn Bruce Willis movie, Will Smith movie or something like that. But prayers to everyone that was on the bridge, whether they were working, driving, to the people on the ship, because that has to be traumatic. What it's going to do to the economy because of the fact that who knows how long this might be down, especially if this is a thorough way. Wow. Anyway. Y'all, that's what's going on. That's the most up to date as of what time is it? Almost 9 a.m. on March the 26th. Let me know what you think. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like the video. Appreciate you. I'll see you all in the next one.